Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Pharaoh. Welcome back. This is episode 9 of the Epic 7 Beginner Guide. I actually just recorded this video. It was going to be 22 minutes long, and then I found out that my volume was muted the entire time. So, really cool. So I don't have any way to show you guys the summons I did for Vildred. It took me 90 summons, so no, that's not right. It took me 100. It took me 100, so pity is 120. Oh, technically 121, because you have to summon 120 times, and then that next one is a guaranteed Vildred. But we went to 100 pulls. We did get his 5-star artifact, and we obviously then did get the Vildred. So we did that in here, the story summon. Someone was asking how they get Tamarin. It's this story summon icon here. And I'll go through and show you guys what you literally exactly what you have to do. So you're in your home screen right here. You're going to click Side Story. You're going to click on Side Story there. And then this is going to say Dear Mentor the first while until you finally do it. I should have spoken on this earlier. This is definitely something you want to do the moment that you beat Episode 1, Chapter 1010. I would actually make it the first thing. I've talked about you can continue into Episode 2. You can start prepping for Wyvern. You can do Catalyst farming. I would do Side Story immediately. I would immediately do the Dear Mentor one, get all the resources from it. It goes by pretty quickly. And then start the Tamarin banner. So you're going to click into here, and then here it says time until different side story. It takes a week for each side story to finish. And obviously, if you want to do Tamarin first, you need to click on the Tamarin banner first. It'll say change side story down here. You'll click on that. It's like 2 arrows going over each other. And then you can scroll through a list of banners. Tamarin is in Episode 1 somehow. Her character isn't introduced until Episode 2. I'm like 99% positive she's actually an Episode 2 character. I don't know how her banner drops in Episode 1, but maybe it's just simply because they know people need Tamarin quickly. But yeah, so if we pop into here, you just go through the 10 or however many stages. It's like 10 for every side story, I think. You get 1 Molagora, you get some like 500,000 or 450,000 gold or something there, and then you'll click on Quest, and you will click all the rewards. You'll get all the rewards. You will get a 4-star artifact, and then you will get this story collection. And these are what you need to do the story summon. Now, your first story summon is free. However, you still have to do the side story for Tamarin to unlock Tamarin in the story summon, even though it is free. And you can obviously only get 1 of these per week. It is 4 of these to summon on a story banner. So keep your side stories moving as quickly as possible. And you might as well do it anyway, because, I mean, it's great to get this stuff. It's 6 epic catalysts here, 8 of these rare ultra fangs or whatever, 15 twisted fangs. These are for awakening the unit. These are for skilling the unit up. These work on, obviously, Vildred. Also, Iseria and Furious have the same ones. So once you do the Tamarin banner, you could actually do Vildred and Iseria both in a row. Even if you already have Iseria from selective summons, or you already have Vildred from the selective summons, you can still just do the side story and not summon the unit. You can just do the side story, get the story collection reward, and then get all these catalysts right here. You get Molagora as well. This is a great place to get Molagora. It's an extra 4 per month, or 1 extra per week from doing the side story. Obviously, just get this stuff. It is always faster to get these 2 for sure. This is definitely a great deal. This is mildly questionable if you feel like you have bad luck with epic runes in general. Maybe then you spend the time, but this one is where it gets like, it might just be faster to farm Spirit Altar, but these are definitely worth the time to pull from here. The greater and the basic ones, the common ones. Obviously, just get the bookmarks, the artifact charm, and the artifact charms, and the greater equipment charms. This increases the amount of artifact charms you can get by 8. You can get 8 per month now. You can get 24 of these per month. And it's a resource that's just sitting there, and I think it's forgotten by a lot of players. I don't think that small nuance is talked about enough by YouTubers, that definitely make sure your side stories are running on a weekly basis, 100%. Even if you don't completely get all the exchange things, if you don't care too much about it, just go through and get it done, and get the story collections, and try to get some of the catalysts at the very least. But yeah, that's where you're able to get Tamarin from. You'll unlock her to be able to do the story summon for her. So, with that said, I obviously did all of it. Someone had a question about hero transmission, and this is what you do with your 2 and 1 star heroes. I don't have any right now because I transmitted them. But when you're going through adventure and side stories, you're going to pick up 2 stars. This is where you go. You click on these 2, and then 1 stars you actually have to summon. I can show that in a second. But basically the 2 stars you just transmit here. There's one other thing you should consider as well. Don't transmit every 3-star you get because you don't want to use them. Always triple S all of the 3 stars, every single one. And then at that point, then you can feed them off. So Ject here, I can feed off, and then if I had another 5-star Ject sitting here, for example, I could feed that one off. Triple S'ing these units unlocks a reputation reward that gives you a bunch of Covenant bookmarks back. It's like, I think the base is like 17, the very first 3 that you do, and then it's the next 3, and then the next 3, it's like 6, 9, 12, 15, or it's 2, 5, 7, 9, 12, it's something. Some combinations of 2s and 3s or just 3s. But yeah, same thing for like a Lilica. I mean, let's do something I know is just trash. Okay, a lot of these are just trash. I just want to, it's like, okay, Adelaide. Terrible. Really terrible unit. Terno Railguard, perfect example. You're never going to build this thing. You're never going to build Lena either. You're not going to build most of these. I'm just like trying to get like Enot. Just trash. Literally trash. I'm picking the worst of the worst right now. You're still going to want to triple S them, and then if Enot was triple S, you could just get rid of him. And then any other Enots that came in, you would just get rid of. You wouldn't triple S the same 3-star twice, because those reputation rewards only work. 1 unit is like 1 point forward for the quest. You can't do the same unit over and over again. So I can't build 8 Helgas to triple S. It'll only count as 1 for the quest reward. So hopefully that makes sense there, but you can just get rid of all of your 2 stars there. For 4 stars, never ever transmit any of your 4 stars in the beginning. The first couple months, there's just no reason to. You won't be able to get enough to triple S anything. I summoned 3 Moonlight summons and got Moon Bunny Dominial again. I also picked up Crescent Moon Rin. Oh yeah, I guess I can just do the fan service now. That's what this unit really is. Absolute fan service, just straight out of a scene. You guys know what scenes I'm talking about. Yeah, actually potentially a usable unit, but she's going to be hanging out in storage. Just look how happy she is. But yeah, I pulled her, and then I don't have any devotion skills to increase here for these. No memory imprints, so just leave them in there. Leo, I would always keep one copy of Leo out, even if you got Troublemaker. No. Roaring Warrior Leo. I think that's the Moonlight. For Leo, always keep 1 green Leo because he's usable in a one-shot Banshee comp. So there's a couple 4 stars you want to make sure you have at least 1 copy of saved somewhere. But like Kwazu, I'm getting his skills up. As I get Akatis in here, I'll be skilling Shooting Star Akatis up, even though I'm probably just going to transmit her once I get her a triple S. Kali, you can get her to triple S. There is Assassin Kali. Assassin Kali is okay. And the one thing about the 4 stars, going from a 4-star to a Moonlight unit, is say Kali is let's say Kali is triple S. If you put normal Kali at triple S devotion skill into Assassin Kali, the Assassin Kali is now immediately a triple S Assassin Kali. So it's a good idea to hold on to some of these if you like the Moonlight unit. Karin is a good example of a unit that is actually pretty decent as the Ice unit. I think she's pretty good as Bloodblade Karin as well. The dark one, and then there's also, I'm pretty sure right now there's a light Karin coming out as well, so you could use her into either of those, or you could just keep the normal Karin and run her for a Wyvern one-shot team when you're ready to build one. Maya, there's a fighter Maya. She has a Moonlight light 4-star counterpart that you can feed normal Mayas into, but just hold on to them. Like Rose has Shadow Rose. Shadow Rose is usable in one-shot compositions as well. She could probably be used in Labyrinth as well, Shadow Rose. But don't feed any of the 4-stars other than into themselves to get those devotion skills up. And then 5-stars. We just had the event with the how to build a slime reincarnated as a slime, whatever. I've never seen the show. I've heard it's good though. So we were able to triple S the Shuna here. You definitely want to take any units you have left over and throw those into the devotion skills for 5-stars. You won't have too many. Free Spirit Tieria you can use normal Tierias for. I'm sure everyone noticed that from the Adventurer's Path they made you go through though. But yeah, 5-stars are obviously going to be more rare to get dupes of. Angelica in specific is a unit that I would probably not skill up. This is completely useless. I mean, it's not completely useless, it's almost completely useless. She does, however, have 2 counterparts, a light and a dark. She has Sinful Angelica, and she has Angel of Light Angelica. I would save devotion skills for those ones, so if I was to pull another Angelica, or I have it in connections actually. I have this connections Angelica ready to go. I'm just going to save this until I get one of the Moonlight versions, and then feed this into one of them. So that's something you can think about as well. If you have a usable unit like a Angelica, where you need to build it anyway, you would just save any other Angelicas potentially for something else. Or you could start a new Angelica down here and just be triple S-ing a different Angelica and then wait for the Moonlight, whatever works. But I think that pretty much sums it up. I don't know if I can show it in memory chain here, if I'll be able to find it. But this is the area it's in. So yeah, unlock devotion skill, grade triple S with a hero. 19 bookmarks for the 4th quest, and it just keeps going up. It goes up to like 20, 21, 22, 23, I'm pretty sure. So a great way to get bookmarks back, and then you get all of those silver transmit stones back in return. So we'll go to Jekt here, and I will show Jekt will get 8 back because it's him at base, and then you are getting the 7 Jekts back that you put into him. And then something like Sven here hasn't been devotion skill memory imprinted at all. It's just the base, so you'll just get 1 silver transmit stone back. 3-stars, I would keep at least 1 copy of every single Moonlight, just in case it is good. Sven is pretty much trash, but you could just hold on to him, I guess. I don't suspect he'll ever be good. You can just triple S him and throw him away, and after a year of playing and you finally have him triple S'd. But yeah, I think that's all for this video. I'm sorry I couldn't show you guys the summons. I would have loved to do that, but I hope that this helped to understand just managing your hero box, making sure that you have triple S-ing things. You're not just wasting 3 stars, 2 stars, 4 stars in hero transmission when you can be getting actual rewards back out of them for getting those devotion skills up. Oh, I can show Vildred. That is the one thing. I put him in the Grace of Growth up here, so he's 6-star awakened, plus 12 skill ups, level 60. However, he is just level 5, so he's literally just at the very place you start. And it shows here like the the star symbol here that he is on the Grace of Growth. I have him on the Sword of Summer Twilight. That's his artifact. If you pull a Dust Devil works just fine as well. If you were considering running something like an RNL, where you get an extra turn that's a 5-star artifact, I would say that Dust Devil is better, because Dust Devil will have a higher chance of getting a base attack off. RNL has a chance of getting a full extra turn, and then you can use skill 1 or 3. But I would just take the extra chance to do damage instead of potentially getting an extra turn, because the chance to do extra damage is higher. He's on the free sets here. The day 3 set that you get. He needs 0 effectiveness. He doesn't do any debuffs. So yeah, that's how his artifacts look. Not great crit rate. If he's being run with Furious for something, he'll have 100% anyway. The speed is fine. His skills do extra damage if you have more speed, but when you read stuff like this, damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's speed. He's still going to do a shitload of damage if you have a bunch of attack and crit damage, and you actually then crit on the attack. Having extra speed just makes him better for arena, because you're going to need him to be faster anyway, and you're getting a little bit of extra damage that way through having more speed. It is, when something reads like that, you're always getting more damage out of attack and crit damage than you are out of speed, even though the damage will scale up as you get more speed. It's just a bonus. Think of it as a bonus. So yeah, I think that's all for this video, though. Hopefully that covered everything with transmission and stuff. Pretty happy to get Vildred and the 5-star artifact in just 100 pulls, not 121. So anyway, the next episode is going to be episode 10. We'll be talking about Expedition, specialty change units, and maybe a couple of other things. And then we can really start getting into like the Wyvern 13 grind, and Tamarin and Iceria and stuff like that. So anyway, I hope this helped everyone, and I'll see everybody in the next video.